Right, guys, how you going? Right. All right, this episode, I don't know what we're going to do this episode. You'll have to find out. But remember, last episode, I found a leak. So there was a couple of leaks in the front, and I found out the top main runner here was leaking. So we're going to go straight to that footage. It was actually raining, so while it was raining, pissing down, I got in there with a torch and had a look. So let's have a look at that. Right, get out a torch. Don't see any leaks. Right, I was in here before. And I've actually gone over it all, especially at the back part there. We don't have any water leaks at all, and it's all sealed in the back there. There's no water leaks. There was a water leak here that made that that section there rot out, so that's none of that leaks now. But if you look closely, see the seam along the back there in the middle of the window, that doesn't leak. But if you look at this front one, see how there's lines. You can see there's lines. I'll just put this here. You can see there's lines dripping down. When I do that, the water leaks down. And there's actually wet trail marks down here. So if you're ever going to pull a caravan apart, look for those running lines, because that's where the water runs. Everywhere else is pretty good. So if you look down here, look down in there, you can see the waters run. You can see the waters run down there, and that's what's rotted out that running board along there. So that's good. There's another one there. There's another two there. Pull the light away. So anyway, sorry for the lighting. We'll go to the back here. You can see there's a little bit of a run where the light was there, but I've sealed that up now. So there's no runs and it doesn't leak anywhere. Alright, so what I've done is the next day I've patched that up. Let's put my coffee down here. Come and grab you. So I've actually patched that up now. So I've used that Sigaflex, and that's all set hard and it doesn't rattle anymore. So I've just gone from there to there. When we pull the window out, then I can seal that part, because that won't be done. So there's that bit and that bit there, and you can see around the aerial I did that around there as well. So get up on top of here. Hopefully I won't have an accident. Right, so to get up here, sorry for the glare. There's the weather tape. I've sealed around that, and I've sealed around that one. Let's just stand over here. Oh. And I've sealed around that as well, really well. You can see it's right up the top. Anyway, so it was leaking. Somehow the water was getting in there and leaking through the two angles in the crack. I don't know how it was doing that, but water finds a way. But anyway, that's all sealed now, so it's going to rain again tonight. Doesn't look like it's going to rain, but it's going to rain again tonight. Right, I'm just going to take you inside, show you how far I've got with the timber. All right, got to watch me cuppa. So I decided to do all the work and get all the stuff in here. So I'll just stand here and do it for now. Oh no, I can't. Hang on. This is not good. Oh. Okay. So you saw that wall there. You probably can't see much. Yesterday I ripped all that out. The same as that. Ripped all that out. I was finding ants. There was actually some ants running along there, and it really started to get to me. I thought, where are these ants coming from? They better not be in the ceiling. So then I pulled that apart, and there was a golf ball size. There was a golf ball size of little ant eggs, like little black ants. So I got rid of them. I didn't spray them. I thought, no, they should stay alive. But I just didn't want them building a nest in my caravan, so they're gone. So now there's no pests in here at all. Right, coming back to this bit here, you can see the wood's darker there compared to where it should be like that. That's where it was getting wet. When it was raining, I had water drops coming off here and dripping off here. So this part was getting wet, and this was super wet in here. So I'm hoping I've fixed that problem now, because we don't want to put new timber in. Right, so I've tied everything up, so it's all the timber's strong, and I've also started putting timber along here for the electrical cabinet and cupboard. We're going to do a renew, everything new. All the electrical stuff's going to be new, so that inlet will be changed to a brand new 15 amp one. I'll reroute the earth plug, because I want it round this side down here. So here's another spot was getting wet. See, you look for dark spots, it gets all wet there. I've sealed all that. That's all, you can't see, there was a clear coat that sealed that. So water can't actually penetrate that piece of wood now. It's sealed with a clear coat type stuff. And that was a little bit of scrap. I was trying to get the water to run down there and away from here, which I can pull away now. Right, so, and plus there's another, the window, all the windows leak. It's the outside rubber. It's the outside rubber that leaks, and it leaks through there and it runs down here. So that's why all the windows leak. So I've got new rubber for the windows. That's later on when we pull the windows out. Right now we're doing all the timber. So there is, sorry for the moving of the camera. That's all sealed and it's shoved in there as far as I could go, shoved in there as far as I could go. That's sticker flex. It's like, glue's like a hard rubber, like a tire rubber. So it's not greasy like silicone, but it's an adhesive and a sealant. It's usually $20 a tube. Right, so I've put a new piece in here, or I've placed this, taken the screws off there. This frame's screwed into here now. It's all solid now. The whole wall's solid. So that's that bit, that's that bit. I'll show you the back. If I can get up. Put my cuppa there. Alright, one-handed. There we go. How many times am I going to do this? Can't wait to get this floor in. Alright. So, I'll show you what I've done here. Right, the idea behind this is, when you're going down the road on the highway and it's pinging rain, what the problem was before was water was getting sprayed from the wheels and hitting the timber, and it was only chipboard. So now I'm using the marine ply. I've got to go get that, but with it's actually form ply, so it's got that black skin on it. So for added protection, what I've done is, that was originally there, so I've just cleaned it up and Sigaflexed that. That was originally there, and I've put a new galvanized sheet there, a couple of rivets and Sigaflex. That's not coming out. So when the water flicks up, the mudguard's not that big, so there will be water coming up. I don't want water constantly flicking up on under the floor, because I don't want once the water hits the edges of the plywood, that's when it starts soaking in. Plus protection against rocks and that type of thing. That should protect it so the rocks won't damage the skin and then make holes in the timber. So I've done that side there. And we've done this side as well. Oh, also at some stage someone's lifted this up and the angle this part here was up there. I had to cut that off. Excuse me. So I put a new piece of angle there, 6 bucks it in. Oh, I'm tired. I had a crappy sleep last night. And it's very humid today. So you can still see ants. You can still see the little ants going on everywhere. Little shitty ants. I don't know why the ants are there. So I'm yet to find out where they're going still. Anyway, we're knocking them down. So this is going to move. I've still got that to do. The wall's done except for that and that one. The end of the bench is going to be there, and I've worked out the height of the bench is there, and you can see the black line that goes along. That's the height of the bench to that one there. So that PowerPoint will be probably over here. I actually sat in here for an hour working out measurements because I've got the sink, I've got the cooker, and I've worked out, I'm just going to let you know what I'm roughly doing. We're actually going to put a full height pantry right up until that run. So there's going to be a full height pantry that pulls out, so you can put all your canned food and that type of thing in it. We're going to do the bench. There'll be the cooker there. Then there'll be like 600 ml space of free space right to the sink on this side in the corner. There's going to be another, whatever I make there's going to be one on top of the bench to the roof. So that'll tie in that the top there and support that as well. Because I'm not really happy with the way that's built right across there. I don't think it's, so you got the pop top pushing down on that, and if there is any more water, or I'm not really happy with how it's structurally set up. So we're going to do another cupboard that supports it, and that will be for spices and I don't know, whatever Nick wants to work out. So there'll be a sink there, and then there'll be a 240 volt fridge only. And everyone's going 240 volt only. Have you ever priced a 12 volt 240 volt fridge? They're like 12 to 1600 bucks. We're going to put a bar fridge in here with a freezer. That's 240. But I do have an inverter, and the inverter, because we're going to be solar off grid, and we're going to have two big batteries in here. I worked out we'll put them here, and that will run the fridge solely. So when we're off and about and whatever, the solar will charge it and the fridge will run off. It's like a 3000, 4000 watt inverter, which I showed you in episode 6, I think, what I've got. So that inverter is going to run the fridge solely, and then when we go to shore, you unplug it from there and plug it into one of these, which is one of them. This one will be the one. There'll be a separate plug for the inverter. So when we go ashore, we plug that in, then unplug the fridge and plug it into the shore power, which will be connected to the main one there. And the bed height will be about here. I'll probably tell you this that many times, but now I'm starting to think we'll pull a drawer. We'll pull a drawer in here, and the battery will go in this compartment. So it'll become more apparent later. You'll see, but now I've got a bit of a plan. I know things will fit. So I'm still waiting on connections for the wiring. So they're still turning up. I've got these little special tool-free ones where you pull the lever up, you shove your wire in and pull the lever down, and it's done. And because I've got a removable panel, if we're out and about on an adventure or holiday or whatever, it's an easy fix to actually just pull the lever up and whatever. Or if I want to add more wires or a temporary light or whatever. I just thought that'd be a good idea. So I'm waiting on that because they're nice and small. Right, so what we're going to do is, sorry for moving. Remember the last episode I said this wood, I replaced that wood there. But this one was a little bit water damaged. And then I've gone around the outside of the corner and it's open to the water. So right now we're actually going to change that, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Alright, so here is the affected area here. You can see it's punched in there. There's a hole there. So we're going to do this. What I'm going to use is this type of stuff. 1-on-1 heavy duty double-sided butyl sealant tape. So I'm not sponsored around, I'm just using this tape. So we'll undo these screws. Oh, I can't get that one off because there's a rivet on the bottom, so I'll go get the drill and undrill that off. That explains why I can't get it off. Look at how dirty and mucky it is, horrible. Alright, I had a bit of a trouble there. Anyway, we got it off. Look at that. It's not even straight. So I'm gonna clean it up and I'll bash it straight. And also I'll clean that up. So we'll see how easy this is to get off. No, it's not so bad to get off. It's actually not bad at all. I'd have to say that's the original sealant. Alright guys, so I've cleaned that up a bit and I've straightened that up the best I could. That's all clean and fairly straight. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to staple this bit down here. I'll just show you that. Just helps it hold right in. Right, that's those ones. We'll put one there as well. And then what we'll do is dolly that around a little bit, I think. And dolly that around a bit more. And we'll just staple down and put it right in there. That should hold it. We'll need to put one right there. So there's a double-sided tape. It's like a black tarry sort of tape. Very sticky. So I'm going to cut that square. can sort of see on my scissors how sticky it is. So it stays nice and soft, even on hot days and that, and it still seals. So there's that. Right, let's apply that. Push that on there. Get it all to the stuff, sides. This one in the corner. Cut that, pull that round. Rightio. Time to pull that off. Alright, not impressed with this tape. I must have got an old batch. The bloody paper won't come off properly. So I'm just gonna, I've got that much on there so far. So I'm just gonna rip this piece off. Hang on. Right, here we go again. Just gonna wipe it off the thing. It just sticks to the bloody, it's so sticky it sticks to the paper that you're supposed to peel it off on. I'm not impressed. So I don't know if it's an old batch or not. But that was a little bit annoying. So I had it in my head, I'll just peel straight off. There's that one on the last piece. It took like 5 times longer than it should have. Not really worried about having little holes in it because you can just re-pinch it and push it back in its spot. This bloody paper. There we go. Well, that's super sticky anyway. Alright. So I'm sort of going to fold it back that way a little bit. To suit the angle. Too bad there. So I don't mind it double backing on itself there because it'll just squash down. And then I'll clean up the rest of it. Push that bit into the angle up there. And that will definitely seal the corner. Look at that, it's sealed. There we go, time to put the angle on. So I'm using these new screws. They're panel head needle point screws. I'm using them. Right, let's get this angle on in the right spot. Oh God, it's sticking on there. Just get the first one on so I know that's the right spot. That is not going to leak. It's going to work. I'll work that over so it's in there good. I'll put a screw down the bottom and I'll try it. Alright, there we go, we've got it on there. And now I'm just going to get a knife and trim this off. And trim that off as well. Righto, so what I do is you get one of these scrapers and you slice it down, sort of like a scraper. It's got a sharp point on it. And you just go down the edge there, don't cut too deep. And you get, that's that much there that I've used. I've used that up there. So what you do is, you notice when you touch it, it sticks to your finger, but if you do it real quick, it'll take it off. And it work hardens and you can hear it, you can feel it getting warmer. So the way you don't do it is stick it on there and sort of do that, because it sticks more. You do that and pull it off real quick. Give it a really good tug. Don't be scared. Really work it. Try not to use two hands. And then just tuck that excess in there. I'm going to keep going with that. So yeah, it's stuck on my hand now. If you do that, it pulls off real quick. It's a good little tip for you. Righto, so then what we do is just get some terps. Little terps on a rag. Give it a good squig. And you can generally rub it off. And it comes off nice. You see that up there? See that up there? So you can actually get that off there. And that will come off with terps. Go down here. It's a bit of work, but it's not gonna leak again. Alright, we've actually got it done, so let's show you what it looks like. So we've got that there. There's a bit of a clean up there I can do a little bit later. So there it is there, nice and straight. And there is that bit there. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think next time I'll actually put the tape on the angle first and then put it on. Because getting it all off there was a big pain in the ass. Alright, I'll catch you next time. Next time we're definitely going to put the insulation on. By then I'll have everything ready for the installation. Alright, catch you guys.